on. Hold on. You gotta look good for the camera. Come on. All right.
Good morning.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome back to Dawkins Family Farm. It is a Saturday morning. It's
And
chilly.
it's a little cool. It's not bad. It's probably 35 degrees, but we've got a
We
got a
have
campfire going. Oh, you can barely see it in the camera, but we got a little fire going. Trying to keep us warm. We're actually working on the greenhouse today.
We're trying to finish up. It's been a week since we last videoed.
Yes.
And we have made a lot of progress.
Mhm.
A little bit here and there on the nights in between activities. But today's the day to knock it out. It is time to put some plants outside to harden off and to get used to the temperatures, and then we got a lot of more seedlings to start. It's almost 8 weeks before our last frost, and we have a lot of little seedlings to start. So a greenhouse will be very beneficial.
Yep.
So we can fill up the meadow with all kinds of summer annuals. So I'm excited to get started.
We've got a bunch under the grow lights in our in our bedroom upstairs, and then in the
They have taken over the house.
in the garage. I don't know how many ceilings do we have right now?
Thousands.
We do. We probably have, I don't know, 3,000 probably.
Well, I said 3,000 snaps this weekend.
Oh, you did?
Snapdragons. So
Wow,
that alone,
that's
It's
a lot of plants.
it's a lot of plants. So hopefully they all make it, but I'm sure a lot of them will.
They will.
We have several thousand Lysianthus. They're still growing. They are taking their sweet time.
Lysianthus apparently are very slow growing plants. We're talking these plants are like, a big one is like 1/4 of an inch from the end of one leaf to the end of the opposite leaf.
And
So,
we started them early January, and they just take their own sweet time.
mhm.
Everything has a. The little roosters are squaring off. We somehow ended up with, I don't know how many roosters. You know, they say that when you incubate eggs, if it's a certain temperature, they'll turn out to be roosters.
Yeah,
I think we had the rooster temperature.
we did. Well, the ones we got out of all those we hatched, and the ones that survived the attack from swine and/or hawks, we've got one hen, and we got two. We got 2 hens and 3 roosters, which doesn't surprise me.
And
But
of course, they all have names because we hatched them.
yep,
So it's really hard to dispatch of any.
yeah. And now the 2.
Little ones.
Did I say we had 3 roosters out of this deal?
Well, you got Pigeon and Star.
Star, yep. So it's just 2.
And we had the original rooster.
Yeah. So I guess just two roosters and 2 hens. Oh, yeah, that's right.
I don't know. There's
We've
a lot
got
of
a
chickens
bunch.
these days.
And they are now old enough now to want to try to just establish dominance, and
Start breeding, and
yeah,
they're a
it's-
mess. They're like teenage boys.
And the hens don't like them. They don't like them messing with them, and they square up. You know, they get their cockles, the feathers around their neck. They get that all flared up, fighting with each other and with the hens and things. So
And they have the funniest little crows. Like, they're trying to imitate our old rooster. And it's just like the most pathetic little crow. It's like a teenage boy whose voice is cracking. And it's just like, it's awful. It is awful. But it's fun to watch them, like, they just like stare at each other, like, stare down.
they do. They don't actually fight. They just.
Who's gonna blink first?
And then they.
And then
they-
someone blinks and then
someone
off they
blinks,
go.
and
It's
they'll stand there and stare at each other for a couple of minutes, and then off they go to the next thing. But they're out here checking everything out. When we're home, we like to let them out of the run and stuff. Let them free range some. I just
They're fun
don't.
to have around.
If we're they're fun to have around. And if we're not here, then there's some dogs around here and lots of hawks. And eagles, we have a lot of eagles around here. And
The river's not too far off.
yeah.
The Arkansas River.
Mhm.
It's actually just like a mile away, mile and a half.
2 miles probably. But yeah, not very far. And we see 3 different hawks or eagles here all the time, and then the hawks, and so we're trying to take care of them a little bit, let them grow up a little bit. But
2 of them have started laying, I think.
yeah,
We're getting little brown eggs now. So our 2 little white eggs, our 2 little brown eggs. So they're starting to lay. Hopefully in the next couple of months we'll have a lot more eggs. But
yeah, the little barred rocks are laying their eggs. The little brown eggs are probably 1.5 inches, 2 inches long. So they're just little ones, but they're doing their job.
it's fun. So today, Grant has me out here in the cold. But he did build me a fire.
I built you a
so
fire.
he's like enticing. You come out and work, I'll build you a fire. But we got to get this greenhouse finished, and let me show you how it's come along. It's quite a bit of progress has been made. All right, so here is the greenhouse. It is up. It's pretty. It has the metal that Jack and Grant put together the other day, and then he framed it out.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I got a bunch of. Pipe straps that you use to hook like piping to your frame your house or something, or in commercial building, and that's what I used to attach all the 2x4s to the posts and the frame and stuff. So that was the best thing to use there, because I didn't want to drill holes in all the pipe, and it would really, once you do that, it really limits the structural integrity when you do that. So, and it causes a rust point and things.
And then, so once he got it all framed up, they put the plastic on the back south end, and then the north end he did last night. And then we had this leftover siding. Is it siding?
Just lap siding.
And weatherproof stuff. So he put that up against the 2x4s and sandwiched the
It's just
plastic
like OSB
in
on
between.
the back.
So he stapled the plastic to the 2x4 and then sandwiched the.
Well, I take the plastic and I sandwich the plastic in between the 2x and the siding.
And it has held up. We just had the south side done, and we've had several storms this week, and windstorms and rain, and it held up really well on the south side. So that's where a lot of our wind comes from. Yeah. So since it stayed up, we were like, yes, this is gonna work. So
typically here in Oklahoma, our storms kind of come from the southeast or southwest. I'm sorry, headed northeast. So like towards Oklahoma City and it comes up this way. So you kind of have to be a little bit more careful on the southwest corner, because that's when your wind will hit you mostly. That in the south.
But it all stayed together, so
yeah,
that's our plan going forward.
It seems to be working.
So anyway, today we have to put up the side and the roof, and it's all going to be one sheet, and it has to fit just perfectly because it is exactly right.
Well, it's about 19.5 feet long, and the plastic is 20 feet long. So
there's not much room.
There's not much wiggle room there. So
all right, let's get started. I think it's been hard to. I'm talking to the people. I think it's been hard to let go of like perfection, like you're working on the house and building something that's technically temporary, however long it lasts, but we're wanting to do things with excellence, and sometimes we just need to get things done.
We're not building pianos.
No,
Although
not today. We're just building a greenhouse, and it's okay if the cuts don't completely line up. It's hard to let go of that sometimes. Look who I found. Luke came back from Grandma's house. And what did you find on the way home?
Flowers.
You found a little flower from the meadow.
There's 2 little flowers.
There are 2 little flowers.
See that
3.
one?
Yeah, oh yeah, the little white ones.
Uh-huh.
Very pretty. Think you can go find a glass of water to put it in?
Yeah.
It's tiny.
They're still pretty.
They're still very pretty.
It's not summer yet, so don't judge
It's
me.
it's not summer yet. Don't judge you. Okay. Have you ever moved a fire? It was way over there. It was cold, so I said, "Move the fire in here." So he was carrying every piece of firewood. He loves me. I wanted the fire closer. I mean, it's like 37 degrees out here. Aw, look at you. You are a good dude. I offered, technically, to move the fire. But I think he thinks it's fun, so sometimes my crazy idea is like
Look at it burning the dust in the air. You see that?
that's one way to get rid of sawdust. I don't know if you can hear it, but that's Stormy crowing and then Star echoing. And he does his best. It's hysterical. I have 3 crowing roosters. Pigeon decided to get in the action. How many roosters is too many roosters? That's Pigeon. Okay, so we went to go get some clamps. This is try number 2 to put the plastic on. Thankfully we hadn't cut it yet, so we were able just to roll it out more and slide it over. The first time we probably got excited, like, oh, it's coming together. So we had tacked the tacks on, and then when we had to adjust it, it had made a hole when we pulled it out. So we slid it over more, and this time we're using clamps to kind of hold it in place because it's just the 2 of us trying to put it on and keep it square on a building that's not even close to being square. So there's not much overlap on the plastic, so it really is just kind of a balancing act. So we used the big giant clamps to clamp it on each corner, and I think it's gonna work now. So that's the plan that we're going with on round 2. Hopefully there won't be a round 3. Who I found. She came out, she's like, wow, it's a little house.
Little house. The kitchen over here. The bed over here. Bathroom goes over there.
It'd be a little transparent for a house, but
Yeah, a little bit.
it's
not
bigger
too bad.
than, what did you say? It was bigger than some people's
Some
apartment?
people's New York apartents
That's true. It's like
that
a
cost
tiny,
a ton more than this.
it's about the size of a tiny house,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Come in, come in, come in.
Oh, it
you
is,
see my house?
it's already, you can tell how much warmer it is already.
Mm-hmm.
We did
The
it!
acoustics are funny in here. Hello.
We did it!
Well, almost. We got finished nailing it off,
So
but we're getting there.
we had that and the door, and we got to figure out how to vent the sides. So that's what our next little research project will be.
Poke holes in it.
No poking holes in it.
Well,
Nothing sharp in here.
You should write your names on one of these boards, like Grant and Julie. Heart. Yeah. should sign it.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
It's pretty cool.
All right, let's finish it up.
You can put your bench in here. You can sit in here.
Oh, we could.
Be a lot warmer. You could
Can have your
be
fire in
amongst
here,
your
though.
plants.
No fire in here.
Be amongst your plants.
I could.
Get a little picnic table. Like the one that Mama has in her.
Uh-huh.
You get one of those and sit out here and do
It is nice
Bible
in
time.
here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even cold.
It's already warming up.
Solarizing, I guess. I
So, those chickens.
don't know. Mm-hmm.
She's trying to eat ashes.
Yep. All right, Jules, let's finish it up.
Well,
We're about done with it. We got the plastic up on it, and that was a little bit of a chore to get everything lined up and spaced in the right place and covered up. So we're getting there slowly but surely. We're about, I'd say, 85% done, 90%.
yeah, we've been out here since I guess 7:30 this morning,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about dinner time, so we can go in and have some chili because it's still
Cool.
pretty chilly. We still have the fire going, so that's been nice. We've got the plastic on the roof and the sides, and they're all pinned down. Finished the siding on the edge and the door, and I even have a few cool hardy plants out there. So they're inside, and it's quite a bit warmer when you get out of the wind, and it's probably at least 10 degrees, maybe
Probably,
5,
yeah.
10 degrees. The sun didn't come out today, so it didn't get any super warmth, but it just already warmed up, so that's nice, and they're getting some sunshine. And then we just got to figure out the sides. So the bottom here has not been pinned down. We're going to get a conduit to go down there. See me knowing words.
Well, you don't get a conduit. It's some conduit, which is just the piping that they run electrical wires through, like in commercial buildings and things.
See, conduit. So we're going to get that.
You conduit.
And wrap it around, and then be able to roll it up to about midway, so it's side vented, and that's how we're going to get away with the ventilation. At least that's the plan.
For now, and we may end up doing some kind of an automatic
Fan,
fan comes
exhaust fan type thing.
But we're about done.
It's been a long day. It's been a long day. So let me take you inside. You can see what the end of it looks like, or inside of it looks like, and then we'll call it a night. All right, so I'll walk you around first. So this is the side. He ended up using these little, I don't know what they're called, grip right
No, well, they're like
things.
button cap nails or something that you use to like hold down tar paper or plastic in this case. And it's a funny story about these. I was heading to somewhere in town. It's been a couple years ago, and I drove by and a whole bucket of these had fallen off a truck and were all over the road. So I stopped and cleaned them all up so people wouldn't run over them. And then I thought, well, I could use these somewhere, some point in time. And I kept them, and I've held on to them for about a couple years now, just for such a time as this.
And today was the day.
Today was the day.
So they came in handy, and he was able to attach all the boards.
They don't
plastic
look
to the boards.
super aesthetically pleasing.
But it gets the job
For
done.
now, it gets the job done.
And then here's the back. So again, this was just an old carport, and we are on a hill, so that is why things are not quite level. But it's braced up and it's holding on, and it will do the job this year for sure.
Yeah.
And then we had some of this extra siding left over from a project over at Mama and Papa's house. So he brought that over, and that was able to use that to tighten things down. And the other side. So again, those little fasteners are there, and then this is the bottom down here that we're gonna put the conduit on and wrap it up, and then be able to roll it up halfway so it's side vented. So yeah,
Yeah, we're about done with it.
so it's all about
Let's take
done.
it inside and let them see.
All right. All right, so going inside, we have our little lever, and then, oh my goodness, it's just like your whole body feels so much warmer inside here already. Just getting out a little bit. It's not too windy today, but just enough that there's a chill in the air.
It would help a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely. So, and then we already have, I said some things in here earlier. We had the ranunculus. They're all growing in crates this year. And they're starting to pop up. You can see them starting to show little leaves. Some of them are better than others. Oh, let's look at this one.
That one's doing really good.
I know, this one's doing excellent. It was closer to the here last night. And then we have the stock and some Lithianthus that didn't make it under any grow lights today, so I put them out here. And that's about it.
No, it's a big kind of a challenge to build this thing because nothing's level and nothing is plumb and nothing's square. So
that goes against everything you believe in too.
Yeah, and it makes it to where it's hard to put together because you gotta have to have some squareness to be able to get stuff put together, but it'll be all right.
It's gonna be awesome. I'm excited.
Plastic's pretty tight, taut, I guess you'd say, but
taut. All right, so that is our greenhouse adventure for the day, for the weekend. It was so nice to have a Saturday off. Even Luke came inside earlier at lunch and he was like, it is nice to be home. I was like, yes, it is. We haven't had a Saturday free since probably mid-December with all the kids and activities, and it starts back with baseball next week. So I'm not sure why we signed everybody up, but here we are. And we're going to do it again. Like Grant said, it's just a season and they'll be grown and out of the season. So we're going to enjoy it while we can.
They will only be this age for so long.
Very true. So anyway. All right. Well, we hope you enjoyed the greenhouse making, and hopefully you enjoyed your weekend too with people that you love doing something that you love, or for something that you love, I should say in our case. We're going to get a lot of benefit out of this and we're going to love it. So
it's going to be nice in here when it's warm, like just to hang, like for you to hang out with, you know, doing your plants. And
oh yeah, I've already talked about getting a potting bench set up in here so I can do seed starting and some water for that and all kinds of stuff. So big plans ahead and I'm very excited. So thank you.
You're welcome.
Y'all take care. God bless.
God bless.